Hey guys, Purple Magpie here. So happy to be back again. I said in my previous video that my next videos will be, the review of the bullet journal method by writer Carol and my calligraphy video. However, I also wanted to use the situation that, I am actually going to be transitioning from my second bullet journal to my third one. And I promised previously that I will make a review of Leuchtturm, or like my thoughts, say what I think about Leuchtturm after I use it, because I lost my footage of when I was talking about what I'm thinking, like what are my first thoughts about it, because this Leuchtturm was actually my first Leuchtturm ever, so I kind of wanted to give you my first thoughts on it. But I lost the footage, so I said in one of my videos that I will tell you what I think about it after I use it. And the third bullet journal is going to be also going to be in Leuchtturm1917. So so you can assume that I am actually happy with the way it performed. That I was happy enough that I wanted to use Leuchtturm1917 as my third bullet journal. So in today's video, I want to tell you my thoughts on the THInkMe notebook, which is the notebook that I did my first bullet journal in, and Leuchtturm1917, which was my second bullet journal. And generally what I think about it, what are the differences. So some visual differences that we can clearly see on the in the first seconds, right? They're both hardcover. And they both have these like elastics. When it comes to bookmarks, the THInkMe notebook has only one bookmark. So kind of sadly, because I was so happy when in Leuchtturm1917 I had two bookmarks. I really loved it. I know that in the bullet journal edition of Leuchtturm1917 there are even 3 notebooks, which, I mean, it would be awesome, but I don't feel the need to buy the bullet journal Leuchtturm1917. So I just bought a new one, a normal one, for my new bullet journal. This one was a limited edition. This was the metallics. It is a copper one. You can also see that the THInkMe notebook has a pen loop, which Leuchtturm1917 does not have. I mean, they have these like pen loops that you can stick to the back of your notebook, and then you can have a pen loop. However, for me, to be honest, it seems a bit greedy, because it's just additional money that you have to pay for an already expensive notebook. So I don't really support it personally, but I also don't really need pen loop, since I bought myself this pencil case, kind of like pencil case for notebook, which is just a lifesaver for me, because I carry around my pen with me everywhere, and also this pen loop would be too narrow, because I have Lamy All-Star, and this is a pretty wide pen, so it didn't want to fit in my pen loop. My other pen did fit in, or my just normal bullet pens. On everyday basis, I use my Lamy All-Star, and I really want to carry around with me. And this notebook and this pencil case is big enough that it carries not only my Lamy All-Star, but it also carries tiny pencil, 2 of my like cartridges is what you call them. Like, I don't fill up my pen with ink. I just use these pre-made cartridges. So this pencil case is really awesome. I got it off AliExpress, and I've been using it since my first bullet journal, and so I don't really need the pen loop. If you need it, then you know the Leuchtturm1917 might be a good notebook for you, but you just have to be aware that it will be expensive. We can also see that the THInkMe notebook is wider, is more narrow. The Leuchtturm1917 is wider, and this is also one of the things that I just loved Leuchtturm1917 for. I absolutely love the fact that it is wider, because I just love wider notebooks. The more narrow one, it is fine, but I just personally don't really like it. I really love the fact that I had more space in the Leuchtturm1917. The THInkMe notebook is kind of like a moleskin, because they are also more narrow, and there are people who really prefer moleskin over Leuchtturm1917, but I personally just liked the Leuchtturm1917 more because of the fact that it is wider. I think that you can't get the THInkMe notebook in other versions than squared. It is so it has a squared 70 GSM paper, and the Leuchtturm1917 has it can have surely dotted. I think there are also I know surely that they also have lines, so lines and dots for sure, and it is an 80 GSM paper, so it's not thicker by a lot, but it is still fun. And that was one of my main concerns about this notebook, because you know it is pricey, and the paper is not the best, and I use a fountain pen on a daily basis, so I was kind of afraid that it will bleed through, but it didn't even feather. And of course there is some ghosting, but it is not really that obvious, so it is okay. I can handle it. It's not the best. You can really, it's an obvious ghosting, but I'm generally happy with it. Also, both of these notebooks have pockets on the back, so you know, so that you can carry around with you some like papers, some photos. The THInkMe notebook actually has more pages. It has I think 256 pages, and the Leuchtturm1917 has 251, I think, or 251 pages. I think that in general, like normal notebooks, which I actually got the normal Leuchtturm, it is 249. In this like metallic limited edition, it was 2 pages more, but I don't think it's such a huge problem. Both of these notebooks have perforated pages. However, the Leuchtturm has the perforated pages also with the dots, because I have a dotted version, also with the dots, and the THInkMe only has the blank pages, so there are a few blank pages, I think 8 blank pages in the back that are perforated, but except for that it's not, so you have to cut it out if you want to cut out a page that has squares. And in terms of price, I honestly could not find the price of the THInkMe notebooks. I really couldn't. I don't know how, but I just couldn't. If you know what the price is, then just let me know, because I couldn't find it. And with the Leuchtturm, it is about 74 maybe zlotys, which is maybe like 30 something dollars. It is an expensive notebook, and also because it is less pricey for me personally, because I live in Poland, so and the Leuchtturm1917 notebooks are from Germany, so it's not that far. Like for Americans, it is way more pricey to get it to America. But since the THInkMe notebook is so similar to Moleskine, I would say that, you know, and with Moleskines, it is for a normal Moleskine, it is about 60 something zlotys. So it's just a few, so maybe like a few dollars less, or a few zlotys less than for Leuchtturm1917. But I think that honestly, I prefer the Leuchtturm1917 overall because you just get more. It's just a few bucks more, but you get way more. Like you get a wider notebook, so it's way more space to write and also you have 2 bookmarks instead of 1. The paper is of better quality, not by a lot, but still. And if you write with a fountain pen, it really matters a lot. So it is really always great to have a better paper quality. Like it didn't bleed through a lot in the THInkMe notebook, but I overall felt like the Leuchtturm1917 paper was smoother, so it is important. The pen loop, if you need the pen loop, then yeah, sure, it could be a problem, but if you don't, then just get yourself this kind of pencil case for a notebook for like a couple of bucks on AliExpress, and honestly, you can use it for many notebooks. I've been using it for, you know, for like a year on all of my notebooks, and I can just switch from one notebook to another with no problem. And if you have to stick your pen loop to the back of your notebook, then you just have it for one notebook, and then you have to buy it all again and again. So just get yourself a pencil case like this and just you're good to go. So overall, I'm really happy with the way that Leuchtturm1917 works, that the way it looks, and I will be gladly transitioning from one Leuchtturm to another. I'm really happy, so I really recommend it. I really recommend the THInkMe notebook too. I don't know what the price is, so I don't know if it's a better deal than Leuchtturm1917. But if you know, then let me know. But what the price is. But generally, I'm really happy with Leuchtturm. But if you want the THInkMe notebook, I really recommend it. And if you don't use fountain pen, then it would be maybe a perfect notebook for you. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, then give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, then click that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Bye!